Do you like going to the cinema? I had this whole thing recorded yesterday in my car while I was waiting to go to my pottery class. Then I forgot a couple points that I wanted to bring up, and now here we are. Same question, though. Important question. Well, not in the grand scheme of things, but, for people who like entertainment, who like movies and so on, do you actually like going to the cinema? Is the cinema experience as important as so many people make us believe? Something that goes through my mind a lot, because I don't. I couldn't care less about cinemas. Well, most cinemas. Not all. And not always. But for a very, very long time now, I've been going... I've actually not been going to the cinema. I don't know how long it's been, but it must be close to a little bit over 20 years maybe, when I bought my first little 720p projector for home, right? And then added a little surround system, and on and on and on. Upgraded over the years, and now we have a big ass TV. That's cool, and all that fun stuff, right? But even without all that, I would have stopped going to the cinema at some point, because in the beginning, I think I was I really can't remember. From Dusk Till Dawn had come out on VHS, in the US at least, because I bought my first NTSC VHS at my comic book store in the original language. And I really can't remember that well if it was my first movie that I really watched over and over again in the original language, but at least ever since then, I only watch or try to watch movies undubbed, especially when they're in languages I understand, right? But even with Hong Kong cinema, Japanese movies, animes, blah, blah, all that stuff, I always prefer the original version. Subtitle if I don't understand the language, obviously, and then we'll go from there. And back when I was younger, it was super difficult here in Germany, and at least, or especially in Cologne, to find cinemas that showed original versions. We have one here called the Metropolis. I don't know if I should name names here, because I really don't like that place, or didn't like it back then. I don't know how they are now. I don't care. I probably won't go there much anyway. So, and I mean, we have had this discussion for such a long time, right? And especially in the past 10 years with Avatar coming out in 3D, and James Cameron basically fucking everyone over with forcing us into this silly, stupid 3D bullshit. That you have to wear glasses when you go to the cinema now. You have to wear different glasses for different cinemas. All the bloody TVs for home use and everything are 3D now, and the quality's shit, and it doesn't really work as great or as well as it should or is promised to us, and all that stuff. And then going over into the whole Corona thing with lockdowns and people pulling back their movies they have to be seen in the cinema and all that stuff, right? And there was already with VOD and platforms like iTunes and Netflix coming up and all that stuff, there was a lot of discussion about, I really hope the fucking church bells are not annoying anyone. Anyway, church bells, man. Every day. Anyway, I hope it's not too loud in the video. Anyway, my point is, filmmakers have been very avid and very, very loud about their preference to have their films seen in the cinema first, right? Because that's the way they are supposed to be experienced. And I don't subscribe to that. You made a movie, put it out in the cinema. Who wants to watch it there, watches it there. And people who don't, just don't, like I would prefer to pay a little bit more and watch it first day at home. That's my preference, right? We have a great system here, and even if I would be watching it on my phone or my iPad, I would probably prefer it for most movies anyway, compared to going to the cinema, right? We just went to the cinema after a very, very long time, or years probably, and watched Alex Garland's Civil War. Fantastic movie. A24, they make just amazing stuff, right? Problem is, I had this idiot sitting next to me who was poking me with his elbow the whole time. Just annoying stuff like going through his pants pockets. I don't know why, whatever that was all about. And at some point, he gets out a supermarket packet of bologna and starts eating that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's going on here? And luckily, the cinema we went to was actually really good. It's great. The seats are fine, all that, right? Technically, it looks good, sounds good. But there are also a lot of cinemas here that the volume has gone down so much that even in like action scenes or like louder scenes, you hear people next to you chewing. I don't want that. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to smell them. I don't actually really don't want to see or hear or anything of them. I want to enjoy the film, because when someone gets out a pack of bologna, starts eating like slice for slice for slice next to you, if that's what like Nolan wants me to experience his movies like, well, go fuck yourself. That's my opinion. I really don't care. I want to be on my fucking couch with my girlfriend next to me enjoying a movie. And I don't know what all the fuss is about. Yeah, you have a vision of the group experience. No, please keep your bloody groups to yourself. Don't annoy me with that. And I get it. There's people who like it. There are people who enjoy it, who still enjoy it, who there might be something I want to see there. But honestly, if I had my way, if I had my choice and I could just do my stuff, well, it wouldn't be that. That's for sure. See, and that's the thing. The combination of like being forced to go somewhere, especially like after Corona and lockdowns, where we have had everything in place. And look, I know I'm an iTunes user, iTunes on Apple TV. There's a lot of stuff coming out. It's coming out sooner. You can rent it for 20, 25 bucks or even buy it for the same price, which is awesome. And no, I won't do that with every movie because I'm not interested in every movie and paying that much for every movie, right? I'm going to wait till it's available for rent for like maybe $6. Or like Disney movies and Pixar movies coming out on Disney Plus. If it's not something I really, really, really want to watch, I'll wait till it comes out wherever, right? Cinema. Do you guys enjoy going to the cinema still? For me, more than not, it always has to do with very annoying people who don't know how to behave around other people. And in the cinema, there's some unspoken code where what you should and what shouldn't be doing. And also the difference between being in a city like Los Angeles and going to the cinema there, like rest in peace, ArcLight Cinemas. But that was a fantastic experience, but also it's a movie town, right? People have a different relationship to that. And here it feels kind of weird. But the cinema we went to, Cinenova here in Cologne, respect, good place, that was fine. It's just my personal preference not to go. I understand you guys want to keep your business, but my enjoyment of movies is more important for myself than your business. And that's just, I don't know, I want to enjoy the film. I had so many DVDs, I still have them somewhere in the basement, but having DVDs where you can watch the movie and then you watch the behind the scenes of the making of hours and hours of footage of stuff, how they make these amazing, entertaining pieces of art. And I love films. And I think there can be a big difference between someone who loves film and someone who loves cinema. Obviously, there's it can be both or it can be parts of both. But there's also people like me who really don't give a shit about cinema anymore. And yeah, sure, I would have a little cinema room if I had the space. If we had the space and the money and all that, I would have this really fancy, nice cinema-looking room with a great projector and a huge screen and this and that and 9.1 surround instead of 5.1 or 11, whatever the newest surround sound, whatever Dolby thing is, right? But I don't, and I don't care that much. Because the experience comes from different things. The feeling that a movie like Civil War gives you while sitting there and watching it. And it's so much stronger, and it hits so much more home and where it's supposed to. There's not some baloney eating cunt next to you. Or people looking at their phones with like maximum brightness on the screen or whatever, right? Sure, you talk a little bit here and there and whisper something in your partner's ear or whoever you're with, and you laugh, and that's all cool. But it's the least important thing for me in experiencing a movie. And I don't know, I just had to get this off my chest, I guess. So that's it for today. Have a good one. Bye!
音楽大好き。GOOOは RBNA ラジオ。